All right, good morning, everybody. So today we are going to be going over the prospecting do's and don'ts, how to create more potential clients, and how to keep track of everything. So first off, there are a lot of options out there. I'm going to be going over just a few of those options available to you, but there's a plethora of different types and styles of options. So first off, to explain to you the differences between a lead and referral. A lead is basically, hey, here's a name of someone that showed interest in something. A lead might be, hey, this person visited your website, or this person liked one of your Facebook posts. You know, those are potential leads, right? Now, when you pay for a lead, usually you're either paying for a marketing piece that's getting branded out there on Google or on Facebook, and then those are leads coming in. Now, a referral is when somebody is interested in moving forward, like they're already vetted, they're already in the process, they're hungry, wanting to purchase a home or sell their home. That would be what's called a referral. So when a company gives you a lead, this person may be interested, maybe a hot lead, maybe a cold lead. Those are going to take more work, right? On the other hand, when you work with a referral company, they're saying, hey, we've got this hungry buyer or seller right now, and you need to jump on those a lot faster. So going over that, we're going to be talking about a few different companies here. So the Close is actually a real estate company and gives a bunch of different insights to the real estate industry. And they actually did a pretty good job of breaking down some of the top contenders. I'm surprised that they didn't have Realtor.com in here or Homes.com. They all do different things, but these are some great examples. So we'll start right here. So as you go to Clever, this is best for streamlined platform to receive leads. So if we open up this, you'll be able to see here, you can enter in a zip code and then get some information on what your house's value. But we'll go ahead and put in here 84062, and I can say get started, what type of agents in your area, and then you click on I'm looking to buy a single family. Now it takes them to all this information, and then they will connect you with an agent who is part of their referral program. So coming back in here, we come down to Clever. So it's a streamlined platform, receive leads, 1.5% listing fee, a $3,000 minimum fee is what they would be charging you. And then Zillow Flex. So Zillow does have their monthly program where they charge you a large amount for leads, but they also have Zillow Flex. For those who are proven to have done well with the leads, they will give you a referral fee instead, 30 to 35% of commission, and then 0% if paid by sponsor. So that's just saying, oh, sorry, it's the wrong one. So 15 to 40% of the commission for Zillow Flex, and that's going to be invitation only. You can't just get in there. They are only going to do it in specific areas, and if you already have participated in their program where they have actually vetted your experience and you've worked well in closing the leads that you have paid for. So that's going to be Zillow Flex. Now, when you're paying for those leads, you're going to be looking at maybe a few $1,000s a month, but these leads are going to be more of the hungry buyers. Hey, we looked at a house, we want to see this, we want to go make an offer. So their turnaround time for those ones are actually really good, but you do need to expect to be paying out of pocket, and you need to be readily available to be responsive to those respective potential clients. So that takes us to sold.com. This is performance-based lead assignment. So the better you perform, the more leads you're going to get. They do take a upfront larger overall commission of 30-35%, and I've worked with sold.com as well. You also have HomeLight, and I've done this. I've worked with one referral from HomeLight before. So they're going to, again, this is going to be based off of how well you perform. The referrals are not the very best, but they can turn into be a decent lead. They don't charge you any upfront costs, but you are going to be paying 33% for that lead that's generated to you. So actually referral. Then you have Agent Pronto. This one I was not familiar with, but they will send you leads via text messaging. So basic system, hey, we got a lead, can you jump on it? It gives you the information. You just respond quickly, but then you need to give them 25 to 35% depending on the type of lead being offered. So Rocket Homes, this is not one I have been qualified with, but they have 1% of estimated home value, or 25%. So 24 months of experience and 5 closed transactions in the past 12 months. So they do have a basic minimum of experience. So if we go ahead and pull up Rocket Home, so let's go ahead. So if you're looking at, if you go to apply now, I want to see their system right here. Yeah, so they'll go ahead and you, yeah, it's through Rocket Mortgage. So you'd have to go in and then sign in and set up for a system if you're trying to get into the referral program. So usually they'll have it based here on the base of their website. But if you, yeah, that's through the Rocket Mortgage. So they may have any of their respective buyers who are using them for loans and they don't have an agent. You can get some referrals based off of that. So UpNest, this is another one I've worked with. They've done a pretty decent job. A lot of the times their marketing has, referenced a lower commission. So usually you're giving like a discount to your commission, but then you're also giving them a 30%. So 3 years of experience and 6 transactions in the past 12 months. And so again, they have a basis for you to be able to qualify to be part of their program. Referral Exchange, this is a larger one. Agents in the Realtor Network, 35% commission, 3 years of experience and at least 20 transactions or comparable sales volume within the last 12 months. And so they want to, a lot of these do have a basis referral minimum for their percentages, but then you don't have to worry about paying the upfront fees. Again, Zillow Flex is going to be by invitation only if you've already participated in their other programs. A lot of opportunities here to really close out a lot of deals and make things happen. So again, this is for referrals. There's a lot of lead gen programs. You're going to get text messages. You're going to get a bunch of emails about, hey, it's only 15% for this lead gen program, or hey, we only charge you per lead, but there's an upfront fee. A lot of these upfront fee companies, some of them are legit, but some of them are not, and they're scams. So they try to get an upfront fee from you, and then they do nothing, and they give you the worst leads ever. So do some research before you sign up through one of these programs. Now going on past that, if you are looking for an agent, most people are going to be looking at Google. Now Google gives you an option to create a Google My Business account for free. And so I'll give you an example. Here's one, and since it's mine, you'll see my other options where I can get some changes. I can edit my profile, read reviews, add photos, see the performance, advertise, edit products, and all services and everything there. Now, this is what will show up. I've got a bunch of pictures added in here, so people want to go through, they can see everything we do. And of course, I do fun pictures so I jump into a better home. And so I make all my clients jump in front of their homes. So a lot of things there, but here is where you get the Google reviews. And so someone is trying to validate you as a potential listing agent or a buyer, and they're like, well, let's make sure this person knows what they're doing, and they see you have Google reviews and there's some positives, they're going to feel a lot more comfortable with you. So when you have a website, a lot of times people will have testimonials, and they'll pick the best ones that they prefer people to see. But statistically, it's been roughly about 15% of people will trust testimonials on websites. Why? Well, it's because you are in control of those. You can delete the ones you don't want or hide the ones you don't want. Well, while as on Google, you don't have that control. So if someone gives a negative review, you can't just delete it. You can respond to it and be professional, which is what I would advise, and just say, oh, I'm sorry that you couldn't reach me. I was actually on vacation, and so, but I'd be happy to give you direction on whatever services you were hoping to hire me for. But you don't want to be negative in any aspect. But it's super important because on Google, 85% people trust the reviews on Google. That's a big disparity between the two options. And so, should you be worried about negative reviews? No, you shouldn't. For every 10 positive reviews, you might get like a mediocre or a negative one. That's okay. People will look at the positives, and they will look at some of the negatives, and people are smart enough to be like, this person's over the top, and their negative comments is just, I'm not even going to buy that. And so, but if you go and respond professionally, they'll say, okay, this person, I can respect them. And so, but Google is going to give you very good opportunities to get in front of people. Now, to create an account, all you got to do is you type in, go to Google, create a Google My Business page, right there. You're going to come down and you're going to say, get listed on Google Business Profile. You'll click on this one, and it's going to take you right here. Stand out on Google with a free business profile, and I'll click on here. Now, because I already have an account, I've got different stuff. I would add a different one in there, but for you, it would be a brand new account that you would be setting up and going through that process. And so very easy. You just type in, what's the name of your company? You'll say, Josh Emfield, real estate agent at Realty Path, or as you can make it fun. I can put Jumpin' Josh, jump into a better home. Whatever you want to do, you can put into your label for your Google, and maybe you want to change it later on. And you can change it every so often, but if you change it frequently, Google doesn't like that, and they'll put a pause or restrictions on your account. So I would start off with making it very simple. Say your name, real estate agent at Realty Path. Or real estate professional at Realty Path. Those are some of the things you can put into that, your title. So you do need to disclose your brokers, so remember that from the other trainings, but you can put your information into there, okay? Now, there's an option to do some paid advertisement if you become a Google screened agent. Now, if I type in a realtor near me, guess who pops up? All of those people who are screened Google realtors. So that's a huge plus. You can go into, so all you got to do is you go into your Google My Business account. You need that one first. Then you go here, next, create your profile. And we won't go through the whole process, but as you're getting screened, it's going to talk about your Google spend, how much you want to spend to show up on the top, and then you'll continue in that process. And so it's not free to be a screened Google realtor, but you'll get more business through that showing online. So Google's a great one. Yelp is another one that agents can use as well. I'd highly suggest you guys do that. Those are free options available to you. So now we're going to talk about going over different types of products. So first off, if you wanted to do a direct mailer, so you send postcards to people, hey, I'm doing a deal, I'm doing a discount for services, or I'm giving away a free, home evaluation, or hey, I'm taking out my favorite clients, or if you have questions about real estate, here, sign up for a free lunch appointment with me. Whatever it is, you've got that capability right here to go ahead and manage and put that into place. So you can just click right here. They already have a ton of templates. Prospects Plus is a great one. I've used them. There's a lot of different companies you can utilize. I currently use a system through KB Core, which is now called Bold Trails. It's our CRM website system that Realty Path offers, and I'll show you guys that here in a little bit. But this is a great way to get some marketing. Now, you're not going to get the best results from everyday delivery. It's less expensive. You don't have to take it door to door. It gets shipped, boom, one day it's out to everybody in your sphere, and you don't have to worry about having their addresses. It just goes to those respective houses. But if you want it to be a little bit more intimate, you need to have more interactions with the people, which is going to be a better return on investment. So with the everyday direct mail, where do most people stand when they're getting these items? By the trash can. Oh, do I want that? No. Okay, would I want that? No, throw it out. So you can see that they'll see it, but they may not keep it. So if you can provide something that's beneficial to them, and you do mailers, that's going to be a good thing that they might look at, but they may not keep it. But this takes us to a better idea that I've seen work for agents, and I've done this too. And here's an example, market dwellings. You can go to lots of companies, they have their templates. But all you gotta do is you click on a template, and then you can pick a color here, and then decide how many. We'll just say 1,000 because I think it's a good farming number. Here it'll cost you $430 to get 1,000 of these little door hangers, and then you can put your cards in. So why would you want to do door hangers over everyday delivery? If you do everyday delivery mail, then it's one and done, right? Here, you're singled out because you're not looking at a bunch of different junk mail. They're grabbing it when they're getting into the door, so they'll probably keep it a little bit longer. But it also gives you the opportunity to knock on their door and talk with them and explain, hey, I was just dropping this off. Figured if you were in the neighborhood, I'd talk with you and see how you guys are doing. Here's what I'm offering. I'm giving out a free home evaluation. Again, same types of stuff. Or hey, just saying if you guys need any help, here's some pointers. Whatever you're doing here, this is a great opportunity to get in contact with your respective buyer. So again, $430, really your investment is minimal to get in front of 1,000 people, but it's the time and effort that you're doing. Now, you will get a far better return on your investment if you put the time and effort into building relationships. Not being salesy, but saying, oh yeah, hey, I'm offering this. Hey, by the way, how's family doing? Oh, what's new? Now you can connect, you can have relationships. Now they will feel more open to using you in future instances. So this is also another great option for putting your content and getting in front of people in your neighborhood. So now, if you're not as much of a socialite and you really don't want to deal with that, but you're like, you know what, I really want to get more deals, but I just want to be behind the desk and I just want to go to town, I want to make calls, I want to do that stuff. RedX is one of the companies that offers a lot of expired leads for sell-by-owner leads, which are called FSBOs, and then foreclosures, all sorts of geo-targeting leads. So if you come into here, look at products, we'll start with geo leads. So this is going to be a specific geolocation. So let's say, hey, I want to hit this location up and market to them. Perfect. They can do some geo leads based off of neighborhoods. And you should probably hit the same ones that you're putting little door hangers on. Then they get another touch from you. Now here's what the thing is. So leads per month, 2,500 leads will give you those options, and that's your price per month versus here's the geo leads for 7,500 a month, and then that's your price point. Minimal price point for geo-targeting. And then we go to expireds. This is when somebody sells a property or they have it listed and their agent did not sell it, and now it's past their exclusive right to sell listing agreement deadline. So they decide to, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. I would rather just go ahead and look for somebody else. So you will get the information about the expired lead, how old the listing is, the phone numbers, and then if you sign up for the better program, you will get your email address as well. So then you can start marketing to these people and be like, hey, here's what we have to offer as a real estate agent, and this is what I do differently to make sure your home gets sold. And so a great product to reach with those expired leads. Now, when you're dealing with an expired lead, you need to be professional. Please, please, please do not say, well, that realtor sucked, so I can do a better job. That's going to give a bad taste. It's not good professionalism. Instead, say something along the lines, hey, what is it that you preferred, that you liked that your agent did? And what is something that you wish he would have done differently? And then now you're listening to them, and then you can help validate their concerns and say, well, I would be more than happy to do those items that you mentioned that you would prefer in an agent, and I am very responsive. And so you can trust that you'll be in good hands with me. So you say something like that, you're professional, you're polished, you're addressing the concerns, but you're not looking like a sleaze bag and you're just bad-mouthing the other person. I've had that a lot of times when I get a contractor at my house. And they're like, oh, who did this? Who did this work? And they point stuff out, and just like, it just doesn't give you that good feeling. And so be professional when you're dealing with expired leads. Same thing for sell by owner, or you'll hear the word FSBOs. FSBOs are for sell by owners. They have not contracted to use an agent. They're trying to sell it on their own. You can get a list of those and say, hey, you know what? Here's what I offer to sell your property. maybe you throw in a little discount, or you offer something that they can't do themselves, like some nice video, commercial, marketing pieces. Just make them feel very comfortable working with you. And so you can get those lists for only $69 a month from here. Now, again, with reaching out to for sale by owners, they don't want to feel dumb or like they've done a bad job. And so when you meet with them and talk to them, say, hey, I see that you got this property up there. Talk up a little bit, but hey, it looks like you got some decent photos. I know they're not high quality, but I think you've done a far better job than most people who list their home for sale by owner. Give them a little bit of a compliment and encourage them. Say, hey, I can see that you've got a decent description. Here's some other things that I think would benefit, or I know would benefit your listing, is on the marketing end and negotiations. And here's my experience. This is what I've done with past clients. And maybe even share an experience with another for sale by owner. And even better if you can get a person who had it for sale by owner and then listed with you, and then you went ahead and shared that experience in a video testimonial, would be amazing. And so when they can hear it from somebody else rather than from your mouth, they're going to trust that far more than it coming from you directly. Excuse me. So these are great products availability. Again, you're looking at a few $100s to get a few of these different programs. A great option, but you need to expect to be getting a bunch of phone calls. You're talking about 80 phone calls a day to really make these systems work. Phone calls, a lot of emails, text messaging, but it really can be a productive program to really help you get clients, a lot of clients. But again, this is going to be more for your more introverted person that wants to be behind the computer and just a numbers game. It does function. But for the socialites, those other options of door knocking are going to be amazing. Events are going to be helpful for you. And you can always have a combination of all of those together as well, which will be of benefit to you. Now, and any of these programs, from Realtor.com to Zillow, Referral Exchange, Google, you need to have a platform that is going to capture everything in it. So you're not trying to log into like 7 or 10 different systems, and you're like, wait, where did that lead come from? I don't know. And then now you're just overwhelmed. So we do offer our free website through ProAgent Websites that has a basic CRM system. But if you're looking to get a lot of these robust systems feeding into your CRM, you're going to want one that can handle their systems very easily. And so we have partnered and paid down for a very large discount for what's called KV Core, which has been rebranded to Bold Trails. This is a CRM website, social media manager. You can do your direct mails directly through them. You have open house, like a plethora of options. It creates websites for your listings. It's a one-stop shop for everything real estate. Now, you can still have systems through these other programs like Zillow, and it will funnel directly into it. So as you come into Bold Trails, this is what your system will look like. And I can see all of my different clients looking at different houses, asking me questions. I can respond to them directly from here. And so it keeps me organized, so I don't have to worry about, well, where'd that come from? And here I can see, here's a new text. And then here's a viewed listing. They're looking on the websites. I can also see from like past time frames, people asked a question about a specific property. And these new leads are coming from other postings I have. And if I scroll even further down, I can see people looking at a bunch of different potential listings I put on. And what it does is it makes it simple for me to go ahead and respond to them directly. All I got to do is put email, and then it puts the information here. I can use Smart Assist to make it sound better, add attachments, and it will send it through the email that I use. So it's not a separate email system, which is a huge help to me in doing what we're handling. So anyways, as I come back up here, there is a lot of marketing pieces that we talked about. So first off, you can do a property boost, and then you just go ahead and go through that process for your listings. I'll just come down to my listings, and then I would go click on one of my listings. This one's under contract, but just for example, I'll put boost property. Here it pulls up the information automatically. I'm good with that. I click next. I want it to be a listing or open house or reduced price. And then I click next, and then I will say how much I want to spend over the next few months. And then I just pay for it, and now it's posted on Facebook and on Instagram if you have your accounts tied together. And then now I just sit back and it does it's working. And then those people come in and they will be part of those new leads that you saw on my landing page, or it supports an open house. I like to do the open house marketing because I get more people to the open house and it gets a personal connection with them. And so that's a great option. And then this creates a website automatically for your listings. And then so I share the listing page and they can click around like, ooh, I like this. Okay, that's cute. But then it makes them give me their email. And if they don't give me their email, then it will take them out to my main real estate page. And they would have to go back in here and put in the information before they can actually see more details on that property. So it captures their data and puts it in back to your dashboard, where then you can see all of those interactions right here and stay on top of them. So then I can come back down to the marketplace, and there is Leads 360 Seller. You have Nosy Neighbor. So these are doing some marketing pieces. Nosy Neighbor sends postcards to a respective zip code and builds up clients that way. So they'll say, hey, so-and-so sold this house recently. Have you ever wondered what your house would list for? Give me a call and I'll give you an idea. And there's other smart social leads where they will send traffic in. But now you can just manage it from one location and you're not overwhelming yourself. So again, a lot of different options here. Voicemail drops, where you can send voicemails to a bunch of people that you know, instead of having to call them individually, well, they'll still get a message from you and more of a personal touch. So, and that's, this is a very brief overview. Again, we'll go over KV Core in another training that you'll be able to watch, the total interworkings. There's a lot you can do here, amazing stuff. But you can go directly through here and get some other lead sources. But if you get anything from Zillow, that will come right in through here, and then you can see how that looks in your dashboard. And then you can actually just see, like through contacts, here I can pull up Nosy Neighbor. Here's a bunch that I did with Nosy Neighbor back in the day. Here's a bunch of contacts, and I can see what happened from that system that I was pushing out there. And so really you can coordinate with these different systems to come directly into here. Here's something I did with Realtor.com a while back. So a bunch of interactions going back and forth. So really what you've got is overall systems to do marketing. Again, there's referrals. You can do pay per leads. You can do Google My Business, which I highly suggest. It's free. And then postcards, but I would highly suggest that you do something like a door hanger. You're going to get more personal interactions there. So these are a lot of prospecting options for you. There's a lot more options out there to get creative, but this is a good basis line to start with. And so if you have any questions, you're always welcome to reach out to me or to the managing broker, and we will assist you guys further in figuring out what's a good option for you to build more clients. And again, for the people in the JumpStart program, they get KV Core or Bold Trail for free for a year. After that, you get a discounted rate at $59 a month, where normally if you went directly through the company, you'd spend anywhere from $500 to $700 a month with a year contract. So we give you that option to have that free, robust website that will give you potential leads at absolutely no cost for the first year to get you started. And at that point, it's very small, reduced cost at $59 a month to have a good website, a bunch of options. Now, the last thing I wanted to go over is probably one of my favorite options for agents to get started with to get new clients, and that's open houses. When you're offering to do open houses for other agents, you're going to get a lot of feedback of, hey, I'm too busy on this weekend. Can someone fill me in? And we have our Facebook page with Realty Path, where we get a lot of agents asking for people to help them out. So Realty Path agents only is what I'm pulling up right now. And so in here, all you got to say is, hey, I'm looking to do an open house for someone. and can anybody help me out? And you'll see some feedback from people. So we've got hundreds of agents in here eagerly trying to get people to fill in their listings, because I have multiple listings and I can't do open houses to them every single weekend. If somebody else says, hey, can I do open house for you? I'd say, yes, absolutely. And I'll even mark it to get people to it so you can get a potential buyer. A lot of times I go to these open houses, I gain buyers from them for other properties. So this is a great option, and it doesn't cost you anything. Just show up with, do some marketing beforehand, market to your social media, have the other agent market to theirs so you get maximum exposure. And almost every single time I've had an open house, there's been someone who's been unrepresented buyer. And you do that by sharing and marketing through, especially through KV Core, like I've shown you here. You can market someone's listing and then get people to show up to that open house. It's a great way to build clients. And so those who are willing to put time and effort into this, you will get clients. I've had agents do this from the very get-go, and they were top performers for the year. So this is going to be very helpful for you guys to get started with. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. And this was the prospecting do's and don'ts. And so we hope to see you guys do as many deals as you possibly can. Thanks.